Hey everybody, welcome to 3-Day Weekend. Chris here again with you today, and I've got another accessory for the side-by-side. Putting in provolone, that's my 2020 Pro XP. Got a pair of whip lights. I don't know how I feel about them, but I figure I'd give them a try and see what they look like. These ones are made by Nirider. Never heard of it, had decent reviews on Amazon. Not the most expensive one, but certainly not the cheapest one. It's got a couple extra features on it. So I'm gonna get them out of the box, get them on this machine, and get them going. This particular set, you can change the colors. It's got a little cheapo remote that I've seen with all kinds of little colored LEDs and stuff. And it does white for reverse and red when you hit the brakes, all kinds of little goodies. I believe it was the least expensive one I could find that could do all that. So we will see how it goes. Yep, it does turn signals too. Left, right. I don't care about turn signals. One of these I believe is the brake light, reverse light, and then we got power. So let's see what happens. I already have the machine kind of tore apart for some other lighting projects I'm doing. Still got the zip ties and stuff, running wiring and whatnot. But these machines have a pre-made mounting hole for whip lights. I'm hoping they just go right in there and they'll bolt in. So let me grab one and find out. Well, I've got some bad news. It's going to need some modification. It bolts into the frame just fine, but this hole is way too small because the base is quite large. Ignore the fact that it says left. It doesn't really matter on this part. So I think I'm going to trace around that hole, and I'm going to have to trim this plastic. It's the only way it's going to fit. And then I can drop that wire down through this hole, and that'll be okay, but it's got to go there. And I'm worried about, there's a pin that goes through this hole and through that thing down there. I don't know if it'll fit through there either, so I might have to space it up, maybe stack some washers. We'll see. I'm gonna trace that, and as much as I really don't want to do it, I'm gonna have to trim that hole. Here's a rough trace. That's pretty substantial. Let me use a Dremel to do that. Well, that modification worked. Now it fits on the base. It's on there now. And it appears to be straight. These are 3 foot and they're huge. So keep that in mind. I really wasn't looking for anything that would go above the roof line. Hopefully they'll be okay on the trees. But that pin has to go in there and it's still sitting low, so I think I'm just gonna go stack some washers on it and get that up so the pin will go above the plastic. And then I can remove them anytime I need to. Well, that's what it looks like mounted. Pin fits right through there. I have the pin facing straight so that the wire comes out the back, and then it just dips right behind the trim, so you won't even see the connection, which is good. And the frame mount from Polaris is nice and straight up in the air. I like that too. So it looks good. It's important to note that the manual says nothing about mounting it, so you're on your own, you'll figure it out. And that hole looks pretty centered. Not too bad. There's a little spring on it. But if I want them off, pull the pin and disconnect the wire at first, obviously, and off they go. There you go. You don't need them. Not too bad. I'm gonna get that one tightened, and then I'll get this one mounted. And then we'll start with some wiring. There they are. Nice and tall. Not going to clear my garage door to get out, but we'll deal with that later. Now I'm figuring out wiring. And it's about 6 foot of wiring from this little control box to the end of these connectors that go to each light. So I'm hoping I can at least get the wire run in and around, and maybe I'll mount it behind the driver near where the ECM is and all that. It should stay pretty well protected right there. It's very light. Feels a little chintzy to me. So I'm gonna run those wires and see if I can get it in there. Well, I thought the time lapse was running this whole time, but it wasn't. That's okay, because it took forever. All mounted. Wires are run. I just gotta do some zip tying and stuff. I spliced into the wiring harness right here to get the brake lights. Which if you're grabbing it after the splice, that's going to this brake light. And it's the orange wire with a black stripe. There's an orange wire with a brown stripe. That's for the running light. You don't want that one. I don't know what was going on with my GoPro that day. I lost more video footage. I don't know. You saw me splicing the orange wire, the orange with the stripe on it. That's all I tapped into. I ended up mounting the box right inside here. It slid right down. But let me talk to you about these before you go out and order a set. They've already started giving me fits. Can you see the top of those? Let me shut the lights off. There, you can see those now. Notice the one on the left is not going up as high as the one on the right. I have lost a whole section of LEDs up here at the top. Probably be better to show you without this light on. There you go. Lost that whole set up there. No coming on. And then there are other ones. Can you see this one? It doesn't light up. And there are some more over here that are stuck, but I don't see them offhand. At night you really see them. They were really great, really bright lights. I love the fact that you hit the brake pedal and they light up red. That's really, really cool. Reverse is also neat if you tie that in. Check out one of my other videos, where I tie in reverse lights so they're automatically on. But yeah, kind of disappointed. So they say they have a warranty on them. All you have to do is contact the seller on Amazon. I contacted the seller on Amazon, no response despite multiple attempts. I left them a terrible review asking that they get a hold of me so we can exchange these, whatever. No response there either. They still sell them, but this is my experience. To be fair, I beat them on trees pretty good. If I were gonna do it again, I'd probably go 1 foot shorter down to the 2 foot so that I didn't hit them on the trees quite so much. Maybe keep both. You know, I can, when I'm out in the open or whatever, you can put the longer ones on, but no, for what I'm doing in the woods mostly, I'm just hit them on a lot of trees. I don't notice the people behind me say I do, so I don't really hear them. But they mounted really neat, they hooked up really neat, and I love the theory behind them. It just didn't work out for me. Well, that's gonna do it for the whip lights on the Pro XP. Hopefully that helps you make an informed decision if you're looking to put whip lights on your own machine. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate every viewer, every subscriber. You guys are what makes all of this fun possible, so I really appreciate you stopping by. I hope to see you on another video right here on 3-Day Weekend.